Happy Wednesday evening, everybody. Yes, it's another Duckhook show. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a great show because it's labeled as the Classic Special. And what is special about the Classic besides having the four legend champions with us to take us through every single hole of Highland Gate and break it down, how we would play it, how they played it, what to look out for. So if you have not played Highland Gate, this is the opportunity for you to really take some notes, be interactive, put your comments down, and let's have a good chat. But don't forget, we've got Kyalami Sunday Series 1 coming up this Sunday. So we need to talk about that first, very quickly, get it out of the way, because we know what to expect. But I'll give you, I played there on Monday, and I know exactly what not to do. Put it that way. So let us go to everybody here, which is most of us. Hello, Frikkie. Look at our 2020 champion, Leon. Ronnie Volhert, the 2021 champion, thank you for coming. And Tian Becker, 2022 champion. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
Lekker, you, Mazo?
Good, Maz. Thanks. Evening, Maz.
Doing well, and pleased to be amongst a bunch of champions.
There you go. Of course. You can see Grant Nell's block is black because we cannot get hold of him. All of a sudden, I spoke to him this afternoon, and he was very excited. But Grant, obviously not watching this, but click on the link or answer your phone. Can Ryan, if you're watching, can you put him down for a double fine, please, for messing me around? Because why must we stress? Exactly. Let's go to the chat line before I speak to the boys quickly. Tian says, "Oh, hello, Tian. Evening, gents." Frikkie says, "Lekker." Come on. Anybody else watching the show? Gerard's name and hello. Marius, how's it? Tian, oh, you again. Hansi, hello, ladies and gents. Chris is there. Brandon, how's it? Dux, Peter Prinsley, Cornell, Francois, Andre. Oh, nice. Good crowd watching. Peter Prinsley, Ronnie Volter, don't give them the secrets, says Peter Prinsley.
Secrets.
I'm sure you got lots of secrets. Kieran is there, and then so let's have a good chat, and hopefully by the time we get to the actual the special preview, Grant has skrikt wakker. All right, so let's go and say hello officially. Leon, it's almost here, my friend. It's almost here.
Yeah, no, Mas, looking forward to this. I'm wishing the time to pass. And then, the sad thing is after 3 days, it's gone again. So then we have to wait another year. But yeah, totally excited. Highland Gate's one of my favorite courses. And looking forward to enjoy the golf, the after parties, and the brotherhood. I think that's the secret to this classic.
For sure. Ronnie, it's nice to see you again. We had a fat catch up before we went live. How is life of Ronnie? You've taken a bit of a golf sabbatical, but you will be back sometime.
Yes. No, I actually decided to take a sabbatical until 2026. And I must say, if I look at the course and everything, it feels like I'm a recovering addict. I mean, it's difficult to look at the course and see all of you guys and still commit to my timeline. But I must say there's very, very few things that gives you butterflies and excitement as the tour coming up. And I mean, Highland Gate is an absolute gem.
Absolute gem. Then we have Tian Becker. Tian, you did well at trying to defend your title last year. Came up just short. You've been obviously practicing a lot. You're up in Joburg. When are you coming up?
We're traveling up on Saturday morning and then playing Sunday Kyalami.
Nice.
And then apparently I'm playing Monday as well.
Oh, nice. Where are you playing Monday?
Somewhere in Pretoria. I haven't decided yet. And I see Frikkie just now posted now for Tuesday, so I might play Tuesday as well.
Sure, plenty of golf, but you get used to Gauteng conditions. Or it's not that it's Gauteng conditions, but altitude.
Yeah, altitude.
Yeah. Okay.
At least, hopefully I don't have wind when we come up. I'm basically tired of playing into the wind.
Sure. There's nothing. Wind in Durban. What a mess that can be. Okay. Before we move on, let's remind everybody what's coming up this Sunday. Sunday League 1 at Kyalami from 11:20 start. I think it's 11:30. The T-sheets will go out soon. We'll show you the T-sheets while we preview it. And the final round for the Classic as a practice round. But more importantly, Sunday 1 is hotting up with Shandon Schaefer, the man in the middle of the screen there, making wanting to make sure he pulls out a proper lead that nobody can catch him. Then Thursday at Royal East on the 12th of September. So that's the week after we come back from the Classic. And then Sunday League 2 at Modderfontein on the 22nd. And then don't forget the Players' Championship, which is this guy, will happen on the 29th at Peakenwood on a Sunday. And at Edgewood in the morning, it's going to be a great event to look forward to. So we'll keep you posted on who will be qualifying for that. Let us go straight into Kyalami. So Leon and Frikkie and Ronnie, you're welcome to chip in, and so you, Tian. This is what the standings look like. Frikkie, can you catch him? You are so far behind.
It doesn't matter, Mazza. I mean, there's one guy in this group that we are chatting now with that knows that people can catch people. Doesn't matter how far they are. So anything is possible. There's 3 games left. Shannon just need one bad day. I need one good day, and it can change for the good. So yeah, we'll see.
So Shannon's got a nice head start. George is chasing you, 3 points back. Martin Tauter tied with Bobby. Also, probably too far to catch Shannon. And then the rest of it, Jaco, Wayne, Gerard, Brandon, and Gary, probably all playing to get into the shootout team. Let me give you some information. I'm going to use this block. Oh, hello, everybody. Hi. Okay. Here's the information from Kyalami. Ranked 32nd in South Africa. Now, this would be in summer in perfect conditions. At the moment, it is very dry and very dusty. 10th in Gauteng. Course record is 63. The interesting stat about the slope rating is that it's one of the highest in the country, funny enough. And I thought, when I played, I got 3 extra shots compared to when I play at a normal golf course. So expect extra shots off your H&A, not so much your Duckhook. Last winner was Francois Scholes. So that was his first game. He played with me, rocked up. Hello, Duckhook. What's this about? He became that guy who comes and wins the first time, Francois. We know, well, you should know that that's unacceptable, but you got away with it because you're a nice guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eventually. The averages, handicap 15, points 29, and gross 93.98. So that's a lot of scoring that's going to be done. I wanted to add to this. I actually looked at the figures, Frikkie and Leon, of Houghton. Guess what the average gross was?
Well, I would say probably a 95, thereabout.
95.
Yeah, I would almost say close to a 98 as well.
99. Can
What?
you believe it? The gross average over a field of close to 60 players was 67 players was 99. Wow, it chewed us and spat us out. But if we look at the course layout, this is what it looks like. We've all played Kyalami. Give me your thoughts quickly on it. And then I just got a phone call. I wonder if it's somebody else. So I'm going to let you talk about it, Frikkie. Give us your thoughts.
Okay. Yeah, so Kyalami for me, one of the nicest courses. The greens normally is very fast. So yeah, I mean, gameplay basically would be, obviously we always say keep it in the fairway, but there's specific positions that you actually have to keep it on. So I mean, if you look at the hole number 1, for instance, try and mostly keep it to the left side. Hole number 2, I would say normally to the right hand side. So I mean, yeah. The greens don't hold. I played at Krugersdorp the other day, and I believe after the chat that you and me had, obviously you can't pitch it with a long iron and stay on the field on the green.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be very difficult. But yeah, I mean, you just need to find the right places in the fairway.
I'm going to play you a quick preview from Monday, just to give you a bit of an idea. And I played with a professional called Kombrang Smit, and he had his views as well. The scene is being set here at Kyalami Country Club for this Sunday's Sunday League 1 tournament on the Duckhook League. Lots to look forward to, but they are preparing for us in a way because it's the Gary and Vivian Player Challenge, another Sunshine Tour event which makes their stop here at Kyalami. As you can see at the back, everything is getting ready. The pros are busy practicing their putting, and it will be interesting to see how the pro I go with today, Kombrang Smit, plays this golf course, so I can give you a bit of a preview come the show, which you're watching now, on what to expect at Kyalami. Comrade Smith. We had a great day out on course here at Kyalami, and I've asked the man to give us a bit of a preview for you, so we're in good company, on how to get around Kyalami. So, how do we do it?
I would say the biggest thing, because Kyalami is dry at the moment, it's winter time, it's dusty. Try and keep your drives low for some run, and then around the greens, don't be scared to use the flat stick. Get some tight lies, make the game as easy as possible for yourself. Don't be scared to pull out Texas wedge and roll it up there.
But of course, management's going to be needed. Talk about your game. What is after your practice around here today, how are you going to approach this tournament this week?
Well, winter golf, obviously the rollouts and stuff is tricky. Try and keep it on the fairways, hit some good lines, but anticipate the rollouts and try and keep it out the trees at Kyalami, obviously, which is quite tricky. Definitely the player with the best short game this week, makes a couple of putts and doesn't make silly mistakes around the greens, will come out on top, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to do a bit of a prediction here quickly for score. IPS, I think guys will do well to go 38 or more, so 38 would be -2 my score. Talk about the pros. What do you think will be a winning score on a track like this?
I'm going to take a guess and say about 15 under par. 15 under par for the week, I think we'll be right up there.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, and all the best.
Play well, guys. Enjoy it.
So there you have it. There's your Kyalami preview. Hold on. Let me just click this button, and Daze! Everybody, the grant's here.
Like it.
Useless. Yes, useless.
Ek is hier.
Thanks for joining us. At least you're not too late.
Ek is kok met tegnologie. Dis net maar so.
We said you're getting a fine for every minute you're late, so you're on 14 fines.
Yes.
Goeie shit.
You better make them doubles.
But he must do
Grant,
that on tour only.
I'm going to bring you into the conversation just now. What I want to say out of that, thanks for Combrink for giving us the bit of a preview. The bottom line is, and this is how we all struggled, it is so dry and so dusty, like most courses, but because it is that dry, from 60 meters, 80 meters into the green, it is so difficult to get your sand wedge right, because you need to hit it so perfectly, so flush. Otherwise, either you see a puff of grass or dust, or you hit it thin. So my advice would be try and stay further back from the flag or from the green, and leave yourself 100 in where you can, so you don't have to use these little chippy things, because you're going to struggle to control it. And the greens are they're not receptive, so they're not going to sit. They're not going to spin if you're chipping it off there as well. And the greens are kind of fast downhill, not too fast going up, but also with it being so dry, it narrows everything out, because it will hit the fairway. And if you got a bit of side spin, left or right, it runs off and it lands up in trouble or behind, you blocked out. So that would be my advice. Any questions?
This is not on Highland Gate, eh?
Near. This is Kyalami still. So, Tion, that's what you can expect. So if you want to putt from far, that's probably a better option. The bunkers were good. Leon, course management is the way to go.
Yeah, what I like about what Combrink said there was the Texas wedge, and I think that's actually a nice gameplay in regards to your short game. So don't be shy to pull out the putter and just go at it. At the end of the day, your putter is your safe shot, if I can put it that way. That's if you're confident with the flat stick. That's the
so maybe spend some time putting from off the green. At the practice green,
yes.
See how you can get that initial roll going if you are short. Ian says, how's it Ducks from the 2024 champion?
That's it. Excellent.
Okay, very confident.
And there's
that feels like a massive false here.
Peter says,
in my...
Absolutely.
Hello, Grant Darfate. Let's look at the pins quickly for where is this? Sure, I have to go past all the Highland Gate stuff. Pins on the day, there'll be 3 pins.
Yeah, so we've got the par 3 third. That's the one over the water, probably about 160, 70 odd meters. Duckhook sponsor. Par 4 50th. We've got the Strix on Towel there. That's actually a lekker closest in two, right? And then par 3 17th. We've got about 202 odd meters golf concert voucher. Yeah, I think that's a tough one, that one. I must be
It will
honest.
be 200 off the back, but it's probably
Yeah.
play about
It's
170.
always a
I, I,
tough one.
I normally know that we play about 180, 190 of that tee box.
Yeah. Don't hit it
Just
left.
miss right. That's the
A lot of
best.
water. A lot of water. Let's have a look at the tee sheet. We've got 2 singles games. Frikkie, you playing Granville. Big game for you. Tian, you're playing with Frikkie. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be interesting because Frikkie is not sharing court with me this time around.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, managed to get Gerard in there. Sorry, Tian, but yeah, needed some backup there. And yeah, Mazza, it's a big game. I think the winner goes to the semis, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, big game. Yeah, hopefully best
Tian,
go.
Tian,
Yeah.
Frikkie het 'n 4-bal karretjie. Jy gaan saamry.
Yeah, why
Die
not?
sak is te zwaar om te dra ook.
There's a Tea of Times. The other singles is Graham versus Wayne. Good luck to you guys. And then Leon, you're playing with Jacques and the Kuna. And then a couple of Thursday League guys also playing because it's going to be their last opportunity for a practice round. This is the 10th. Fat, Andre, and Jomo and Gary are playing their team match, and a whole bunch of players as well. Keep an eye open for the player pack. Right. So that's Kyalami out of the way. Are we ready, boys, to do a bit of a preview for the classic? So this is how we're going to do it.
Of wat hè? Kan nie wag nie.
Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to show moments of everybody so the people can understand what that moment is about, and they're going to talk us through it. And then we're going to go through hole 1 to 18. We'll have a graphic to show how it looks, and there's some flyovers, and we'll explain to you how we think we should go about it. So let us start, right? I'm going to start with you, Leon. This is your video, and look back. Enjoy.
Last hole of the classic. Talk me through the feelings there.
Goosebumps. Heart racing, excited, a bit emotional. But yeah, let's see how the last hole runs and see what happens. It's not won yet.
After taking a drop, Leon navigates his third shot to the bottom of the 18th fairway and working out how many shots he needs to take the victory, simply needing 3 shots to guarantee the win, but again, handling the pressure is key.
So Leon's next shot. Right.
After declaring the ball lost, another penalty drop at the back of the green, leaving him an awkward, nerve-wracking chip.
Leon, classic champion. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
It's haven't sunk in yet. Just glad to have all the oaks from the duckies here. Yeah, I think tonight we're gonna have a lekker party just to have it. My first win on Duckhook. Yeah, so it's my maiden. So I'm quite excited. And thank you for all the guys from Duckies.
Let the guys cheer you in. Well, there we have it. Excuse me. Still in the old sticks where we did the presentation. Leon, bit of flashbacks going on there.
Maz, yeah. I had the honor just prior to this Duckhook show, watching that video on YouTube of my boy again, and the goosebumps. I mean, if I have to explain to anybody in regards to the feelings, the emotions, the adrenaline of that last hole, I will be lying because I think it's unexplainable. It's something that you can cherish, and then it keeps your heart pumping going forward. It's something that you live for. So
Right.
it was quite an honor, especially when it was my first win at Duckhook. So no, it was something special, and as I said on the group, that's where my love affair with Highland Gate started.
And you went on to win a couple more after that, league games at least. Tell me, that last tee shot off the 18th, didn't see it there, but you had pulled it left. It's nerve-wracking because you've got a big fairway in front of you, but you got to get it down there.
Yeah, I think most. I think the guys that played there prior, they know that the wind coming off that mountain on the right, whatsoever, and having the gorge on the left hand side. It's basically a pressure tee shot. If you're not confident with the driver, I would definitely suggest playing an iron where you're comfortable with. But yeah, I pulled it completely to the left. Wishing it was in the bunker, but unfortunately it went into the long grass. But yeah, it's a pressure shot. The nerves is up there, and you know what's lying ahead. I mean, Owen Kenny can actually confirm with that water. That water is a big magnet, and that besides the tee shot, that water is the thing that constantly plays in your mind. That listen, I need to carry that. And yeah, I was fortunate enough to grab my 50 degree there and almost killed my doubles partner of that year.
Sure. That
And
must be.
yeah, no, but the 18th always a challenge.
Especially when you thin it like that, and now the things start going through your mind. Oh my word! I need to find out what happens here. I need to get up and down. I need to if I don't three putt this or two putt
Nee,
this.
eers
Oh,
'n bal vind. Jy moet hier 'n bal vind. That's the
sure.
big thing.
Yeah.
Ronnie, let's go to you. I'm going to play your video, and then you can take us through your winning experience. Here it is. Done it. How are you feeling, Ronnie?
Brilliant. I mean, to be honest, after that 9 on stroke 1, I mean, everything just came back from last year. I mean, on this 18, so brilliant. That feeling, that tournament feeling, that going for a win, and the guys cheering. The best way I can describe it is I think that's how the guys at the PGA must feel.
Of the 3 rounds of medal, our 2021 Duckhook Classic champ, shooting even par over the 3 days, Ronnie Bolhouter.
Huge honor. I mean, to have all your peers, all your golfers, the guys you struggled with over 3 medal days, they're cheering for you, and then actually secondly to walk to the 18th with a putter in hand. This tournament was in my mind for a long time. Last year I was in contention, and because it's medal, I made a huge blowout on the 18th hole. And for the entire year, I mean, when I was on a driving range, I thought about that moment. How would I have done it otherwise? How am I going to deal with the pressure this time? And to have that opportunity to actually work through those demons, if I can put it that way, was great. But it took a lot of concentration, a lot of focus, and actually a lot of self-discipline to keep your swing in control, because it's 3 challenging days. That's why the victory is so much more, I can say, enjoyable.
Great to watch that again, Ronnie.
Yeah. That's actually what's brilliant about it. I mean, it's by far my best golfing moment in my life. And to have that on video, being able to relive it, and more importantly, to have that experience in front of the other golfers, your friends. I mean, that's really a privilege. I mean, that's one thing I'm very glad about. I mean, to be able to win the classic is definitely going to be one of your highlights, not just in your golfing days, but in your life. I mean, it's brilliant. It's really brilliant. And to be honest, I can't wait to try it to try compete again.
You mentioned that the year before you had a horrible 18th where you were in contention, and then it kind of you lost it. It slipped through your fingers. It must have meant so much. Take us through that moment, and then, as you mentioned, the obsession to get it right the next
Yeah.
year.
I really I didn't what exaggerate when I said that thing was in my mind for a year. I mean, the thing I think that what happens a lot is there's so many guys that's in contention and something happens. They just don't play the normal golf on the last couple of holes, and that's just pressure. Pressure changes your swing, it changes your rhythm, it changes your mindset. So I think the biggest thing about the classic is actually how to deal with that pressure, how to handle that pressure. And that's why I say for an entire year, when I was on the driving range, I always tried to visualize. I tried to say I'm on the 18th. I only have one shot. I mean, if I pull this thing left, it's out of bounds. So I try to emulate that pressure, and that was the thing for me. And that's why there at the end, I mean, I can see the relief when I realized finally it's done. I survived, especially because I made a 9 again on the stroke one that specific day, and that was also just pressure. So for me, like I say, it was a mindset thing. The biggest thing I think for anybody to win is you have to have you have to be able to deal with that pressure on the last couple of holes, knowing you're in contention, because then the cameras come and the scores come, the Duckhook scores. You follow the scores and everything like that. So that's the thing that got to me. And like I say, is that's what happened the previous year. It's just for the reason the pressure changes your swing, it changes your rhythm, and I think even with Leon the previous year, 2 drop holes on the 18th, and I must say I think that was also pressure. I mean, I looked at the today at the replay between Tian and Yaku, and I know Yaku's a brilliant golfer, and I mean, yeah, I even saw on those shots that wasn't Yaku's normal shots. That is
Hmm,
pressure. Where's pressure? Pressure's up here. So how do you
for
deal with this?
sure.
This is very difficult to
Yeah, indeed.
exercise. Eh?
Nice
Yeah,
to hear.
and
So,
if I can add there, and I think all three other guys can also confirm that once the cameras is arriving there at a certain hole, and you know that you're in contention, it's it's like sending a rocket to the moon. It's your adrenaline's it's like you're teaching yourself to play golf again, because it's so immense of adrenaline pumping through your veins, and then
Hmm,
you know you've patience and all that stuff. So it's a privilege of winning the classic, to be honest.
correct. And to say privilege, that pressure is a privilege because never do we,
Agree.
us normal golfers, ever get to experience that. So that is something that we
Agree.
look forward to. Peter Prinsley
it's
says, "Why
been
is the
awesome.
last four winners Afrikaans?" Asking on behalf of the Hollandse Hayes.
um,
Hulle weet
uit
nie wat
watter
ons weet
mindset
nie.
het hulle gekom?
And then Peter Zach follows that up by saying, "And all the previous winners are on Team Grant." That I didn't realize until you said that.
No,
It
to
doesn't
be
matter,
honest,
man.
if I can, yeah, that's true.
I know
That's true. But
my
I mean,
sny.
I must be honest.
Yes,
This is my fifth tour, and this is the first time that I'm not in Team Mass. To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
the same.
Sorry, man.
I just
Um,
can I sorry, I just have to. That year with Ronnie winning, it was such an awesome moment. It was my first year on a classic tour,
mhm.
and I really thought that year I was in contention. Look, I was up there for my first year at Duckhook, playing Duckhook, and the last day, look, I made a 8 on day 2. because I played the 18th the morning because we had that mist. And so, but that morning I had Ronnie, and I was like, and I was actually on the range early morning. Ronnie didn't see me, and I saw Ronnie walking up to the gate, and he came down it was like Ronnie mentally getting himself ready for the last day.
Yeah.
And that was that mentally, it took a little toll on me just to see Ronnie doing that. That was freaking awesome. You have to get yourself in a perfect mindset to finish the last day in the classic. It's really, you have to get that perfect.
Yeah, I forgot about
And
that.
then
I woke up early that morning, very early, like
mm,
5 o'clock and stuff like that, and I just went and walked the entire estate. Just that calm, the calm. You know how calm a
mm,
golf course is before the sun comes up and stuff like that. Just to relax me, just to get myself focused. And again, like I say, is to me the biggest challenge to win the classics up here. It's you need to handle that pressure for 3 days. One bad hole can cost you. One bad
mm.
hole takes the entire victory from you.
So I
And,
then told,
and
I didn't even speak to Ronnie about that. That this is the first time me telling Ronnie about that. That I've seen him that morning. So it's, yeah, you have to mentally get yourself ready to win the classic.
Okay, let's go to
and
Tian before we run
and
out of time. Sorry, just to.
yeah, sorry guys. If I can just add in there, I think what I mean with Ronnie's scenario is he had that monkey on the shoulder with the previous year. I think that added additional pressure. So hats off to him in that regard. Having known that for the next year he needs to go and practice and get that monkey off the back. So kudos to you, Ronnie. Well deserved champ from our side.
Thanks.
Lekker,
That's right.
boys. Tian, here's your video. You went to a playoff, right? And this is how the playoff unfolded.
Golf concepts. Okay, golf concepts. I'll tell you first. You're right. Okay, guys, blow well.
Classic champion, playoff hole, lots of pressure. Sure, that must have been tough.
Yeah, I know. First of all, I thought we won it on 18. Then I got called for playoff. Yeah, bad luck to Jakes. Yeah, he was a great competitor today. He came from behind. Practicing 7 months, playing every weekend, every social league I can get in Durban. And yeah, now I'm taking the classic home to Durban. I think I've played very well this week. Get the lead from day 2 playing off the tips, and then almost screwing it up on 18. I basically did screw it up, went off playoff hole, and yeah, I think just bringing back memories of 2019, my brother playing in a playoff hole. Yeah, I think that's what classic's about.
That's what the classic definitely is about. There's only been 2 playoffs, and that is Becker Brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So Theo, with the tee off, the playoff shot, I mean, on the video, you looked extremely stressed. Tell us about that, the drive shot.
So, coming off 18, hitting it in the water, knowing you can just up and down on 18 to win the classic by one, and then walking off 18 with an 8, tying with JJ, and then going up the 9-hole again, everything is still coming back. It's like you're angry, you don't know what's going on. And then the first thing Donnie asks you is, what did you hit in regulation play? It's like, I didn't hit 5-iron very well, but that's still the play on that hole. Even today, if I go play Highland from the normal tees, I will hit 5-iron. And then when JJ decided, no, he's going to hit first off in the playoff, I was like, oh, he was hitting so consistent the whole day. My shoulders just sat down. It's like, oh, now you know what, you can just give up. He's going to hit the fairway, he's going to hit it on the green. Already my mindset was like in another place. And then when he pushed it out into the tall stuff on the right hand side, I was just like, all that you can do now, just hit it in the fairway. Even if you're a bit left, you're still fine. He needs to drop. There's no way we can find that ball. And yeah, but that tee shot, I don't know if anybody knows that in the playoff hole, that first shot, the tee shot, that's the crucial one, and I was really worried about. And then, yeah,
Was you
I didn't.
worried?
I don't know how he dropped. The only words that Donnie gave me was like, "Oh, by the way, you just chunked his first shot."
Mhm.
So all that you need to do now is just hit it on the green. And we were standing there contemplating hitting 9-iron pitching wedge, 9-iron pitching wedge, and I was just like, you know what, adrenaline is going. Hit the pitching wedge. Even if you're in the front of the green, you can still up and down from there. And I hit it back of the green. And I think that's the only time that you can free putt the hole is in a playoff hole if you know the oak is out of the hole.
Hmm.
And that was, and I looked at the stats during this week again. That year I only had three putts that whole week.
What?
So yeah, it was a very good week for me.
Okay. Well,
Again,
brilliant.
going back to day two, playing off the tips. I had 26 putts.
Sure.
So yeah,
So obviously
again,
the greens are similar to Durban than what we used to.
yes. So
That
we've
year
got a
was
course.
slow.
Yeah, the greens are the island is normally slower. They need to protect the greens with the wind and everything. So normally it's the same greens that Selborne is using and Mount Epscombe, and I think they are doing exactly the same greens now at Durban Country Club as well.
Interesting.
But
Okay. You told us everything.
when the greens at that stage was it was prior to that, like 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, they all the time the greens as well, so that made it even
Yes,
slower.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just after all the time
Hmm.
that
Yes.
we went there.
No. So Ronnie's year and Tian's year, the greens were definitely slower, guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah,
I remember that.
last year was quick.
Finally, Grant, we've shown a lot of videos of you over the last few shows. It's just I'm going to play this overlay. Sorry, that is not overlay, so you're not going to hear you. So take us through that quickly. That last shot, you didn't have any. You smoked a drive, you hit two
Yep.
shots, and you were there. You didn't have any issues.
It was like literally just mindset was hitting just a consistent straight drive. That was my mindset. And for some odd reason, I just smoked it. But that's adrenaline. That's and like in the previous videos, you guys could see my heart rate that went sky high with that adrenaline shot. Down the fairway was a 330 shot, if I'm not mistaken. Down there, I had the previous day a layup from the tips, exact same spot. going into the green. It was awesome just to have that same shot in, confident, to go for the green, and that's yeah, that made the whole day so special, with ending it with the same shot as the previous day to go onto the green. Yeah, I can't repeat that. It's awesome, awesome,
It
awesome.
will be nice to see what the next champion will have to say when we sit here in a year's time and we reminisce and what he says, how he adds his perspective. Okay, let's go through the holes, everybody. Everybody's been waiting for this. Now that we've got all excited, here's hole one. Oh, I need to put Grant in this window. Hold on, Granty.
Alsjeblieft.
Hold on. Asseblief, hierso. Daar is hy. Okay.
Hi.
Oh, okay, hole one. So we got to kind of keep this. There's 18 holes. We'll be here all day. So how I kind of want to go is everybody to say a sentence on how they play the hole, and what they are thinking. Remember, we got blues, champs, and the
Tips
club tees.
and what?
So that goes part of your answer. For me, I normally hit it next to that bunker, and my issue is that I normally have about 170 in to 160 in, and I find that from that distance, hitting that green when you're so nervous, when it's day one or whatever day it is, you really have to hit that shot well, because if you come up short, you're either in that bunker or you're down in the dip. If you go big, then it's this bunker at the back, there's stuff. So number one, you want to start well. Leon, how do you start this hole?
Well, Mas, I think my aim will always be, especially playing the cut, is aiming to the left and try and keep it to the left. And as you said, with the elevated green on the first, that second shot is quite vital, because it's got a bit of a bowl there in the middle. And if you've got your second shot wrong, I think that is where you will accumulate the extra shot or two.
What do you reckon, Ronnie?
Well, I think Ernie was very nice with us for that wide fairway on your first shot at Highland Gate. I think the first hole is probably one of the least intimidating holes of all of them. They've got that bunker at the back, but I mean, that's, in my opinion, the only real worry. I mean, I think it's a very, very forgiving first hole.
It is a forgiving first hole. Like you said, there's a lot of space. Like, if you really hit it in trouble, then you've really hit a terrible, terrible drive. I know I said I'm going to let everybody go through it. Unless you have something different to add it. Otherwise, we need to go to the next hole. Anything different to add?
Nothing. Go for it.
I would definitely say to be behind the first bunkers is more level shot to go into the green than standing in a slope.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Then we look at the second, Fricky. This is a short one. So a lot of guys, you can take driver, but a lot of people opt not to and leave themselves with the distance in. Tiam?
Yeah. So the first shot, obviously, from the tips, if I can just say, that normally would be a driver. Anything else, the front tees and the middle tees, that's probably like a 4-iron, maybe a hybrid for me. But this is probably one of the easier holes. I don't think I've had a big one on this one. But yeah, I think it's pretty forgiving if you can get to that 90 odd meters into the green. That's quite good.
If I can add to it, if you are confident with your driver, smoke it. And I think that's a big, that's the secret to Highland Gates. Don't back off of your driver if you're confident with it. That's all I'm going to say.
You pull out a 4-iron and then you cock the 4-iron up, and then you're in trouble again. Yeah, Tian?
I must say, my best. Sorry, Tian. My best year was with you, Tian, when you won. Always going for the 100 meters in. Almost had 3 birdies in every day. So yeah, I had 2 birdies day 1, day 2.
Yeah, for me, this hole is just basically get it to 100. It's easier to hit a 100-meter shot than a 50-meter shot. And if you go long on this hole, you're into that upslope at the back in the big crap. I was there last year, and yeah, there's no way you're getting out of there.
And the bunker in front is so steep. That's also very intimidating. If you're in there, now you've got to get it up and get it to that side because you have to commit and hope that you don't hit it too far. Right, let's have a look at the third hole, Ronnie. Tough hole this, especially off the back.
Yeah, and especially with wind. No, I think although Uncle Ernie was nice with the first two holes, he definitely caught you off surprise with this one, especially on the tips. Yeah, I think this is especially if you're a high handicapper, this is a very, very intimidating hole. But then again, as soon as you there, you actually see how much space you've got. But yeah, this was always one of those holes I just want to get past it without a high number.
Absolutely.
Ronnie, I can guarantee on that. My first 2 years on Highland Gate, that hole was my nemesis.
Mm.
And you can't really see the green from where you tee off, Tian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to add. It's such a blind tee shot that
But-
if you don't know that there's space on the left hand side with that little bush there that you can see there, I mean in
clippies.
between that little bush and that space there, I think that's the safe shot for that par three because going out right, you're in a danger. It's rocks and it's a mess. So I think if you go there as a rookie, keep it to the left, and hopefully the wind will also blow off that gorge to push it to the right as a safe shot.
Tian, your words?
Yeah. For me, there's more space left that you can see from the tee box. So
Yes.
just go left.
Go left, but not too far left.
Yeah, not too far left, but there's more space on the left hand side that you can see.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
Yes. I hit the pin last year on day 2.
Shit.
Bang, bang, bang. I think I went closest to the pin on one of the days, but I remember hitting the pin on that day. Let's look at the fourth, the most scenic hole, most likely on Highland Gate. Once the guys who haven't played stand on this tee box, they'll be like, oh, okay, this is what this is about. Par 4 down the hill. Also not easy. Got to get the drive right.
Yeah. Drive needs to be center. If you
Moenie
on the
draw
right-hand
nie.
side,
Don't draw.
Yeah, don't draw. Keep it in the fairway. Don't go over to the other fairway because normally you don't get your ball there. It just kicks through to the rough. So yeah, that's intimidating tee shot.
Yeah, but from the tee box, it looks wide. But as you hit it and it goes, you seem to like, oh, how come you got big fairway, but all of a sudden you've run out of space. And then somebody talk about the second shot. That's also intimidating, hitting it down the hill like that.
Yeah. For me, Mas, this is my ultimate hole, number 4. I mean, especially playing the cut. My aim line will always be on the bunkers on the left, and then hopefully it will cut back depending on the wind of the day. I think one of the secrets of this specific hole is the gorge, that wind coming off there, and then being a rookie. That green will always slope to the gorge. That's just one secret that I want to put out there. So, yes. So your second shot should be on the right hand side, close to that small hump there. Go for it. Be aggressive on the right hand side. But if you're going to be aggressive on the left hand side, you might be one of the new neighbors there, close to those pretty houses there on the left.
The putts are always fast in that green. I think that's the fastest green on the course.
That's very fast. I just normally see that rocks. That's a little bit on the right. You just aim just left of that, and that's your line.
Bash it. Ronnie, the par 5 fifth. How did you go on this one? How do you play this hole?
Again, if your driver's on song, this is actually a brilliant hole because it's one of the par 5s I think that's reachable in 2, especially because if you aim a bit to the right, there's a run there. But then again, depends on how your driver is going. The things why I like this hole, I've only made 2 eagles in my life, and this was one of the holes I made an eagle on.
Nice.
So I always have good memories for it. But again, it's one of those. When you stand on the tee box with the previous hole, the par 4 and the par 5, you can always see the mistakes the previous guys made because there's always people in the rough searching for their balls.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those you're very grateful if your driver's on song. If your driver's not on song, it's going to be one long hole.
But again, a big fairway. Just bash it and bash it straight.
this is one of those. Yeah, if you've got confidence, just go for it. And like I say, it's one of those. It's forgiving with the driver, and then if you've got a good drive, you've got a 210, 220 meter shot into the green. But the green is also very receptible because there's that huge bank there at the back. So even if you're long, and if you're right, the bank runs towards the green. The only thing is just don't be
No,
short
to the
left.
left, yeah.
And luckily, the majority of us, we are faders. That's not usually an issue we have.
I always
Yeah,
struggle.
that,
I managed to lay up to about that 100 mark, and then I always end up messing it up around there. Because that also, if you're at the back of the green and that pin will be in front, then you putt down this massive slope. And
Yeah.
so it's all about trying to get the pace right and run it through there and let it get into the bottom bowl that there is. We know this course backwards. They might as well just get us to
Yeah.
do a course preview. Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Matt,
Matt,
the other
if
thing.
I yeah,
Yes,
sorry,
yeah.
if I can just add some advice in regards to that, if you are 100 meters out on this specific hole, try and pitch it just in front of that back bunker that's on the right there. As Ronnie said, it will slope down to the gorge. I think that's the safe shot because I think what we normally do is we try and approach the pin there at the front. And yeah, unfortunately, that thing is definitely from right to left
Yeah.
if it comes to a putt or even a chip. So rather just give yourself that option.
And you don't want to be short because that's that big bunker in
Yeah.
front again. And the
Yeah,
sand is so
that's
soft there. If your bunker play isn't on, you can leave it in there very easily. Another short hole on the course, but also you have to, the drive is important here. Bunkers left, and many times on the right hand side, people run out of fairway, funny enough. And you can't see the green from the fairway, so you have to walk up and look and take a line on the mountain because it is quite a severe slope down.
Yeah.
Is driver the play? I'm not talking
driver.
off the back.
For me, yes, definitely. I don't hit that long, so I've always tried to hit like a hybrid or a fairway wood, for instance, with a drive, and then I find myself into the bunker anyway. So I might as well just take the driver, aim for the bunker, try and get it over with a fade, and yeah, play it from there. But, yeah, I mean, I'm a short hitter, so driver's always in play for me.
the 100-meter shot is definitely the play just before you go over the hill. Um, if you're down the hill, look, Highland Gate normally plays a lekker shot, even though you're downhill, you still get your divot with the contact. Uh, if you're a long hitter, you normally run down too close to that bunker on the left.
Yeah, tough hole. I
Yeah,
struggle with this one.
I would. I mean, you guys know me by now. I'm a big fan of the driver, and I like smashing the ball whatsoever. But for me, if you've got a driving iron in the back, I would recommend this hole as the driving iron. Even if you can push it out to the right with your driver whatsoever, there's always those trees that's there. And yeah, you've got the danger of overheating it, especially it's a blind shot because of the slope going down
Yeah.
to the green.
Favor left.
And
You'd rather be
when
on the
you
bunkers left
yes,
than outright.
Yeah.
And that's
yes,
on the fairway.
yeah,
Let's have a look at the
yes.
seventh. Now this is I can't play this hole. This hole breaks me every time because I find those bunkers and I can't get out of those bunkers. Tian, would you agree? It's 100 and probably between 140 and 170 meter shot.
170.
Yeah, yeah, 170 from the
160.
tips, 150 from the blues. Basically, keep it to the right side of the green, center to the right. Doesn't matter where the pin is. Don't take on the pin when it's left hand side. If you're in those bunkers, I know Maz battled last year on the first day in that big bunker in the front. So yeah, and that bunker is also it's like deep. You can't if the pin is there left front, you screwed.
Yeah. Soft. The softest sand you'll ever play in is that bunker, that specific bunker. So if you don't hit it perfect, that thing go nowhere. Anybody else want to fluke this hole?
Yeah, Maz, I would just
Yeah,
say stay
I
out of the
just
bunkers. So
Go
sorry,
for it.
Leon, just stay out of the bunkers because you literally can torn your ligaments on there, huh? Hey, Bobby.
yeah.
Okay, Leon, yeah.
From my point of view, and I mean, I won't cash cash in on my point of view. But from me, I think the big element here is not just the bunkers, but especially the wind, because the wind can swirl around that specific hole for some reason. Because the day prior to that, you can hit a 9 iron, and the other day you need to hit a 6 iron. So keep the wind in mind, and if you feel that you need to clap up, don't hesitate. Rather do that. Don't do it too long, but still, don't hesitate on clapping up if needed.
I
Grant,
just normally intend to hit it left,
yeah,
very far left
Sam,
on
yeah,
that hole.
all the pain. This par 5 is a par 4 on day 1.
Yeah.
So take advantage of it. There's a couple of guys that go low here. Then it gets difficult as we move further back. I don't see many people reaching this one in 2. It is a longish par 5. But again, elevated green, bunkers in front are a mission. If you go down there, it's so difficult to get it right up again. And the green is also slopey. Not easy.
Yeah, Ronnie, maybe if you want to say something on this one.
To be honest, although this can be an intimidating hole, all my scores was always quite good. I mean, if you just keep it in the fairway, you're going to be close to a par or somewhere there. I mean, this is one of those par 5s. I mean, you went through hell just with the previous par 3, and just this is where Uncle Ernie just gives you a bit of a pat on the back again. So I think this is actually one of those par 5s. You can have a decent score here. There's not too much trouble. You have to hit a bad shot to get in trouble.
Yeah,
So it's
the
actually
wide
a very
fairways, very
enjoyable
wide.
par 5. Yeah.
Long, big wide fairways.
Yeah,
If it runs, it just keep on running left in the in the cock.
So my opinion, if I can give some advice to the guys that hits a bit shorter, rather keep it on that bunker there on the left hand side. Just if you want to lay up, I think that would be the best, because obviously the green will break from left to right. That's just how it's sloped. The ball will always go to the driving range. I don't know why, but yeah, that's how I've seen it many times.
Rudolph says, going back to the 7th, that par 3, that Jonita won the hole in one. Not hole in one, the closest to the pin on one of the days, which is true. I remember that.
Yeah.
See if it happens again. Looking at the 9th, great hole. Love this hole. It's just, it seems like if you can get off the tee box, it's an easy birdie hole. But you need to get off the tee box.
Yeah.
Tian?
Yeah,
You know
I
this
think-
hole better than everyone.
I think if you stand on a tee box, that water, that place in your mind, it's always there. If you pull it just a bit left, it kicks down to the water. And then you think if you bail out to the right, you're also fine, and then you're actually not fine. So yeah, this whole long hitters, bash driver, if you're confident with it. I know from the tips we normally do it, but front tees, that's 6 iron to 4 iron basically to get it down there.
Yeah. I think of the tips is a difficult drive because it is far.
Yeah.
I must say, last year, well, the previous 2 years, that hole is my nemesis hole. Of the whole course, had a 7, had an 8 on that hole, and last year I just managed that hole, and thankfully for a 3 wood and a 7 wood in my bag, that it helped me a lot. I must say. So yeah.
If I can just add on there, if you get off the tee box, either with driver or iron whatsoever, the second shot would be recommended. Take that rescue club, that hybrid whatsoever, and don't try and hit it in the air. Just let it run. Hit a low ball and get it onto the green. That's something that I saw from Darnie. And I've got that shot in the bag, knowing that, punch shot off the back foot, just get it onto the green. I think that is the secret to easy birdie there.
Ian agrees with you. He says you can use your putter for the second hole. Right. I know we've done an hour and we've done 9 holes, but we've got 9 to go, and we're going to finish this thing.
I don't think the guys would mind an additional hour.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give it an extra 20 minutes. But here's number 10. I hate this hole. Oh, this breaks
Yeah.
me. This whole break.
Jy het die
One day out
halfway
of the
house
3, this whole
gemis.
will break me.
You
Who
missed
wants
the
to start?
halfway.
Yeah, for me, I think the picture doesn't justify the gorges. In this regard, if you don't carry the 10th, you in trouble. So
Yeah.
my recommendation would be just try and aim for those bunker on the left hand side, and then go from there.
Positive. You have to
That's
hit a
the easiest.
positive drive. You have to go for it,
Yes.
Flicky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Tiaan?
I've had that gorge on the right hand side quite a few times, so this is a scary shot. One of the most scary shots will still come, but yeah, if you're a fader, like Ronnie said, we're all faders. That right hand side is very lucrative for catching balls, eh?
And you want to start the back 9 well, and then they give you this hole. And it looks straightforward, but it's not.
The green is
This hole is by far
green is
my
as
favorite
well.
second shot hole because you're done with the drive. You're done with the drive and you're
Yeah.
on the fairway. So now you can hit
You're
your
right.
second shot. Whenever I think about this hole, I just think of the relief when I hit my second shot because there's a huge
Yeah.
green and huge green, a lot of how can I say approach area. So this
Yeah.
is by far the best second shot hole you're going to have.
And I have to agree there with Ronnie. If you just keep it left, it will fit to the
You can
green.
hit long, you
So
can hit
yeah,
short, you can hit to the right. There's a lot of space around the green. Just get the
exactly.
drive behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of.
Tiaan, who
Yeah.
was it that hit it from the 18th close to the freaking pin?
It wasn't my
Almost
time.
hold it.
It was second. Marble Hall.
Yeah,
Ewald.
Oh,
Dewald.
yeah,
Ja,
well,
Ewald was a
yeah,
blind
yeah.
shot.
Ewald.
Yeah.
Ek en jy
Ja,
was
in
op
daai
dieselfde vuurbal. Holy crap,
Ja.
was that a freaking awesome shot from the 18th fairway
So
onto the freaking yeah, that was some
With a
awesome
5 wood, I think. Yeah, so it was still a long
Yeah,
shot.
but
shot.
you need to cut the living shit out of it to reach the 18th fairway, to be honest.
Hy het hom gemis, papa.
this 11th
Yeah.
is a hole we can talk about all day. All day.
Yeah.
The 3 different tee shots from the club. You're trying to hit it in the narrowest of openings there by the rocks. The narrowest of openings. And then for most people, we can't get there in 2. Then it's about judging how far you can get it down to leave yourself a distance. But that is also tricky because you can't see it from this or the little flyover on the plane out. But this is the most sloping. This is like this, people. This is literally,
Yeah.
I've seen people putt it from the bottom to the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
I've even seen guys rolling a golf cart there.
Yes, I've seen guys. Well, I haven't seen it. I've heard of guys rolling golf carts down here. Tiaan, how did you go about this hole?
Karuna will testify to that.
Yes, and Karuna's watching.
Yeah, for me,
Oh
it's
boy.
getting the drive off to those rocks on the left hand side. That's normally the play, and then the layup shot is the most difficult shot on at the island for me. Is this hole? If you just spin it a bit, and that thing will run down to that sloot right in front of the green. If you don't hit it too well, you still have like 190 into the green, downhill with wind coming from the front. It's one of the more difficult holes at Highland Gate.
I would agree.
Yeah, if I have to agree there with you, Tian, I think the second shot with the elevation, I think that's a big game changer. That's the thing that's playing on your mind the whole time. Knowing that the back of the green it might slope back into the green, but yeah, that second shot it's a massive shot. You need to be focused and you need to be confident with the club in hand.
Yeah, and normally there's like the space between 150 and 100 where it's like a level area that you can actually stand level. If you can get to that point, then you sort it on that hole.
But again, like it was mentioned, if the wind is howling, it makes it difficult to judge. Is this 8 iron enough, or should I take 7? Or I don't want to go over. That plays on your mind. Then we get this hole,
the 12th,
the mountain goat hole. Because you see a lot of mountain goats when we're playing this. Please remember, it's out of bounds if you hit it left. So just go to the bottom and drop it. This one, at the green itself, the amount of people who chip it or putt it into that bunker in front, it's unbelievable. It's a narrow strip, very long, but guys can struggle here.
Yeah. It's not actually a difficult hole. I'll be very honest. 2 years ago, when I was in a four ball with Tian, this is the one where Tian started being miffed because I got a birdie on this one and a birdie on the next one, and then suddenly I'm with Tian. But last year, I think I made a 7. So yeah, that bunker there on the right hand side, it's a killer. So the first shot, obviously, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
want to just to lay it up 100.
Net.
Breaking.
Yes. It feels like
Too
rubber
short.
cop, but
I don't know which right-hand bunker he's talking about. The one next to the water or the one next to the green?
The one next
One
to the
by the
the one
green.
green.
next to the trail there.
Next to
Well,
the
the
green,
one
man.
next to the
Trail there.
green, I've been in that one once, but into the gorge on the hill on the left-hand side plenty times, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
If you go
yeah,
left and you
that
say,
can kill
"Oh,
you.
I saw it bounce," you're not going to find it.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Oh, it's right there. It's by
No.
that rock. It's by that rock. You get there.
There's plenty
If
rocks.
if I
Plenty.
if I have the privilege of meeting any else, I will call that hole the bear trap because you don't know the wind direction because it swirls quite a lot there. Because I had the privilege of seeing Basil Wright hitting a 5 wood there next to the bunker, next to the green. Then the next moment we pull out drivers and you have to smash it like a bloody fireman alarm just to get it past that first bunker. So yeah, and normally on the right hand side there's a bit of a wet patch due to that little ravine running there, or whatsoever due to the weather of the day because it's quite fogged there. But yeah, for me, um, I've smashed it next to the green. I've smashed it in front of the green, and I've topped the living shit out of that hole prior. So, for me again, if you're confident with the driver, smash it.
The shortest of the par threes and probably the easiest of the par threes. Straightforward. Just
Mitchell's
hit the
hole.
damn thing.
Mitchell's hole.
Yeah.
Mitchell's all.
Mitchell's
Yeah,
one.
Mitchell's hole. Yeah.
Comment on that. Still,
Can't hear you, Friggy. You're breaking up.
Yeah, so I would say if you do a hole in one this hole, there's
just they
opportunity of a
Tian
helicopter.
okay.
Yeah, there might be an opportunity of a helicopter ride depending on who's there for the weekend. But yeah, I think witnessing Mitch smashing that thing for the Highland one, that was something spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on to the most talked about hole. The stroke one, everybody. The par 5. Many ways to skin a cat, and this is one of them. We had a discussion about this the other day, and how difficult this hole
Playing
can
it
be.
day one driver over that little narrowing.
Off the blue. Ronnie, would you
Easy
go for
off the
what
blue.
is your play off the blue, Ronnie?
To be honest, I don't know how to play this hole. This hole is it's out of my league. This hole is better than I can play. I remember I played there once. I only had one ball still left in my bag, and I had to play this hole, and I hit it in the rough. When I came out of the rough, I had 6 balls.
Sure.
Okay. No, this hole is
Yeah.
just
Yo,
we
donkey
just plan for a triple bogey and move on.
Yeah, just try and
If
get it up there.
yeah, as I said, if I can meet any else, I will recall this hole as the conundrum of golf.
But
That little ravine's got my name written all over it. I think I own it by now. But
And
yeah,
it
the one
feeds
of the
from
luckiest
left to
shots
right.
I've ever seen was Lucky Janssen hitting it far into the left. His ball bounces off to on the rocks and whatsoever, and it ended up middle fairway. So yeah, as Ronnie said, this is a little bit of a conundrum hole, to be honest.
I heard better golfers than me say 7 iron, 7 iron, 7 iron. I've also tried that. I mean, when you're standing on that tee, just you can physically see how the fairway gets smaller and smaller the longer you're on the tee. I mean, this is a one hell of intimidating hole, even with a 7 iron.
Ronnie, I would even recall that hole as the gynecologist because it becomes quite narrow for some kind of reason.
Ian says the 10th and 11th is almost like
Oh,
Emin
boy.
Corner at Ibotsi. You're not wrong. Just add in another hole there. Martin says, Rudolph says Martin drove the 12th. And then Gary says, smoked my 5 on 80 in and got my GI first putt in the damn bunker on the right. Oh, okay, so there's somebody that hit it into the bunker. Then we go to the 15th, which is the par 3. This is probably the hardest par 3 on the golf course, in my opinion, because it's always far. You always got a 170 minimum, and you have to hit a great shot. Otherwise, it's just a mission, this hole.
Well, me and Tien have seen a hole in 2 on that hole.
So
Ryan.
just
Ryan's hole in 2.
the guy in the running for the last day of the classic. This is where the cameras is coming out.
Yeah.
So I've seen a 13 by Michael Roberts making a 13 on this par 3, and I've also heard about Ryan Jensen smashing his par putt, his par hole on teeing off after hitting his tee shot in the gorge.
So if you don't know the story, Ryan hit it. The first one with a 3-wood hit it into the gorge, and they said you can drop on that side. He said, "No, I got the club already." Teed it up again, hit in the hole. And this was 20 minutes after.
I just want to add to it. I was like, sit over the whole door, and I was busy taking a pee in the back, and I was like checking the shots. And it just smoked it, and it got in the hole. It was like, rara.
That was 20 minutes after Mitchell made a hole in one.
Yeah, that's great.
So if I have to rename this hole, I will call it reconnaissance, because I've seen a lot of guys struggling their asses off out of the bunkers and taking pictures of the green.
Yeah, Mas, the only thing about this hole is it slopes back to front. So if you're short of the green, it's just going to run back to basically to the bottom of that hill, and to get it back up there.
Difficult hole. Really, really tough hole. Right, we've got 3 to go. This is the 16th, another tough hole, especially off the chaps. Trying to get it over that gorge, because you might hit a great one and then it starts fading with a wind like this. And you're like, no, you're going to make it. No, it's going to be right there. It's going to be right there. And then it's not. And it's in the gorge.
210 meters you have to carry
from the back.
back.
Yeah, those 3 bunkers on the left. That's your aim point. All 3
and smash it. Hit it and just smash it. And you know what the worst thing about this is? A lot of the time, if you fade it, you don't cross, you don't land and then go into the stuff, right? It like kind of follows a fairway and then it's just gone. So there's no crossing point. So you have to land, you have to tee off before the gorge again.
Yeah, correct.
On the ladies.
Yeah, you have to tee off from the ladies. Don't forget, you can go to the ladies if you hit the first one in. Go to the ladies, hit another one. And I've seen a lot of people top it in there as well, because now they're like stressing, and then they top the next one in the thing again.
But it is really a very beautiful hole. I mean, visually, it's a very, very beautiful hole.
Yeah.
You can see.
I have to agree that. I have to agree. I mean, I think myself and Fricky dubbed that whole gorge.
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah, the view, because you've got the privilege of seeing the par 3 15th on your left hand side.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a killer. If you mistime your driver, I would suggest grab your extra ball, hit the provisional from the ladies.
Yeah, you're not going to find it down there. If people think they're going to find their golf ball, yeah, not much chance. 17, this is Grant's hole. He knows how to almost throw it away here.
Yes, they just duff it straight into bunker in the front.
Email it.
Teeth it. You had to take a free drop.
Not free drop.
Immaculate.
Yeah. So we need to calculate that score again.
It was not a free drop because you finished.
It wasn't a free drop.
It was with me.
So
no, it wasn't.
Freaking immaculate, up and down, flop shot from the top. Yeah, made it.
Still made the putt. Still made the putt. Yeah, this is tough. A lot of the times, this is where I'm standing when I bring out the camera, and the people are like this. They are beavering.
I must say,
they walk off. They're like this.
I must say, there's something I must say. Thank you, Mash.
Yeah, for me, this hole will always be the mass hole. This is the hole he asked me to just to make a bogey, and then I made a par, and then he made his video, and to be honest, that's where all the emotion for the 18th starts.
Yeah.
That's the shit hole, if I can put it that way. But it's a nice par four to get, or par three to get it sorted. But then the 18th, that's where the magic starts.
This is where the magic starts. If all you guys have been there, this is a terrible hole when you're in contention, but it's a beautiful hole.
Yeah.
Well, one of the best finishing holes that I have played, to be honest.
Besides the two guys in front, he has a bit of a flyover of the 18th on the right hand side. The 10th is on the left. Is this going to go anywhere? Come on, fly. Do
Come
something.
Fats.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
Okay.
It's moving.
Daar gaat hy.
18 on the right, 16 on the further right, and 10 on the left.
Nemazo,
Eh?
there's a bridge now.
Now there's a bridge. That's how old this is.
Yeah.
That's
Well, there we
lovely.
have
Yeah.
it. There we have it. Let's just tell them again. A lot of space, but you have to pick your line correctly off the drive, because if you go too far right, you run out of fairway, because it does this. It goes left. So the line's important. You can't go left because there's just stuff down there. And it's, for most people, it's a two-shotter. They're going to hit one, then lay up, and then hit the next one. So I think a 5 is going to be your best result. This year, I put the closest in 2 on that hole, just to see who takes it on the last day.
On the last day.
On the last day.
Yeah, if we're not in contention,
No, on the first
we
day.
can
On
go
the first
for it.
day.
We're still going for it.
On the first day, okay.
On the first day. On the first day. Boys, to give you an overview, this is the course layout. It's a stunning place. And I don't think there's many courses that we can sit and break it down every single hole and just enjoy it and think, sure, I can't wait to play that hole again. It's just stunning. So we come to the end of our show, our extended show, 1 minute 18. 1 hour 18. Again, guys, look at these faces. These are the guys who know. And Tian, the tennis Becker is missing. He was before Leon. So that would be the 5 that was at Highland Gate. Boys, I'm going to leave the last word for you. 1 sentence each. And this is to the person who is going to win it. What must they do?
From my side, being the 2020 winner, rely on the club that you're confident with. Stay focused, and when you get to that 18th, try and block out the boys at the back of the green, and focus on that second shot. I think the second shot, or even the third shot, it's so vital. It's so vital.
Ronnie?
A lot of guys shoot low scores on one of the 3 days, but in the end, it's consistency, and consistency in medal means the guy who makes the least mistakes. So try to play consistent, know your game, and play to what you're comfortable with.
Tian?
Yeah, for me, it's just keep it in play. If you keep the ball in play at Highland Gate, you can go low, you can get a good score, and it's mental. It's basically 3 days of proper golf. So just keep it in play. That's the secret.
And the other M is medal, besides mental.
Yeah.
Grant?
The first 2 days, go and have a lekker tour. Guaranteed, if you want to win the tour, have the first 2 days lekker, and then start focusing the last day. Conservative golf. That's the best advice I can say. Conservative. Just pace yourself lekker.
Well, there we have it, boys.
And
Tricky?
that will give you the win.
Tricky, hopefully one of us are at the bottom next time.
Yeah, I was there once in contention. I didn't do so well in the last from 15th. So just like Ronnie had, I've got a monkey on my shoulder. So let's see if I can do this year.
And it's not monkey shoulder.
Not monkey shoulder.
Wish it was monkey shoulder.
I wish it was. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Let's just go to the chat line, see if anybody has the last things to say as we're wrapping. What does the ladies do if they end up in the gorge?
What happened last year? That's the question. What did you do last year?
I don't know what they did last year. I didn't play with the ladies.
No.
But if
So
they don't get
easy.
over, from the ladies, if they don't get over, it's only fair that they go to the other side and play.
Yeah, they can drop
It's
closer.
easy.
it's
Yes.
the same as the
Closest
par
to the-
3 third.
It's
Okay.
easy. Just take gorgeous selfies.
Good.
Anyway, so just to answer that one, it's the same as the par 3 third. If you hit it into the gorge, you reheat. From there, you go drop on that side for 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Drop, and if not over the second time, they drop on the other side. If not, that's correct. So
Correct.
everybody is at least on the same page. Thanks everybody for watching. A massive, massive thanks to the boys here at the bottom. Thank you for being part of it.
Dankie julle.
Right.
Dankie
And,
julle.
Nice.
you know this
Kan
will
ek
go
die
on
screen kry?
YouTube. Wil jy wat hê?
Kan ek die screen kry?
Hold on.
Let's go, Team Grant, the fatty!
Okay.
Master Cunt!
Here's the screen time. What was I going to say? We'll put this on definitely on YouTube, and it will be called How to Play Highland Gate by the Legends, and see how many views that gets. Awesome. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Till
Everyone,
Sunday. See you Sunday. Bye.
see you Sunday.
Keep 'em running like you do. Still gonna overtake you. I'm all fired up, got something new. Nobody's gonna save you. Underdog, I'm breaking free. Thought I was nothing, but now